Chubby Tavares, the gifted lead vocalist behind the Grammy-winning R&B group Tavares, has died at the age of 81, leaving behind a legacy that shaped generations of music lovers. His passing was confirmed by his son, Tavares Jr., who shared the heartbreaking news on Facebook and described how his father died peacefully at home. Chubby had faced declining health over the past year, but remained positive, grateful, and full of spirit until the very end. As fans, friends, and fellow musicians mourn the loss of the legendary singer whose voice defined an era, the world turns its attention to understanding his cause of death, his family life, his net worth, and the lifestyle that shaped this unforgettable artist. Chubby Tavares' son explained that although his father battled health challenges throughout the previous year, his positive attitude never faded. He was surrounded by comfort when he passed, and his final moments reflected the peaceful, loving person he had always been. The cause of death has been attributed to age-related health decline, a gradual weakening that had affected him physically, yet never dimmed his warmth or optimism. In his family's message, they emphasized how Chubby's joyful nature carried him through even the most difficult days. His passing was peaceful fitting. For a man whose music brought comfort and happiness to so many, Chubby's death also comes during a heartbreaking period for the Tavares family. His brother Pooch died in April 2024, and another brother, Ralph, passed away in 2021. These losses left deep emotional wounds among the surviving brothers. Butch and Tiny, who now carry on the legacy of their once five-member musical group. Chubby often spoke lovingly about his brothers, describing their bond as unbreakable, built not just on music but on heritage, brotherhood, and childhood memories. Fans who followed the family for decades know how closely connected they all were, making Chubby's passing even more difficult to bear. For more than 60 years, Chubby Tavares lived a lifestyle shaped by music, performance, and global influence. His rise to fame began with his brothers in the 1960s, when the group first known as Chubby and the Turnpikes signed with Capitol Records. Their transition to the name Tavares marked the beginning of a historic run of hits that defined the sound of the 1970s. From Check It Out to It Only Takes a Minute in Heaven Must Be, Missing an Angel, their songs dominated R&B and pop charts. The group became one of the most influential family bands of the era, blending soul, disco, and smooth harmonies with dazzling energy. Their recording of the Bee Gees' More Than a Woman for the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack became a global success and earned them a Grammy Award. The soundtrack went on to become one of the best-selling albums of all time. Through this success, Chubby's voice became instantly recognizable, powerful, emotional, and timeless. Fans around the world remember him as the heart of the group, the vocalist whose delivery elevated every song into something magical. Even after the height of their fame, Chubby continued to perform and release music. In 2012, he debuted his solo album Jealousy, a project that reflected his emotional range and musical curiosity. Those who attended his shows remember him as lively, warm, and deeply connected to the audience, whether singing in front of thousands or greeting fans backstage. He always carried the same genuine humility and gratitude, while Chubby dedicated much of his life to music. He also cherished his role as a family man. He is survived by his children, including his son, Anton Jr., who wrote the emotional tribute announcing his father's passing. Chubby was known to be loving, supportive, and grounded, always valuing family above fame. Although details about his wife have remained private out of respect for the family's wishes, it is clear from his children's tributes that he built a home filled with love, joy, and strong values. He raised his children with the same warmth and positivity that defined his music, and they remain deeply proud of the legacy he leaves behind. Chubby was also known for living a modest, grounded lifestyle despite achieving global fame, while his net worth is estimated to have been between $1 million and $3 million at the time of his passing. He never flaunted wealth or lived extravagantly. Much of his life was centered on simple, joyous family gatherings, community events, music rehearsals, performances, and celebrating his Cape Verdean American heritage. Fans often remarked that Chubby was approachable and kind, a man who cared more about people than about material status. His lifestyle reflected gratitude and cultural pride. The Tavares brothers were deeply connected to their roots, and Chubby embraced the traditions, food, music, and values that came from being part of a Cape Verdean household. This identity influenced his music, his relationships, and the way he approached life. His humility made him beloved not only by fans, but also by fellow musicians who admired his grounded nature in an industry often clouded by ego. As news of Chubby's passing spread across social media, hundreds of fans began leaving heartfelt messages. Many described how Tavares' songs became part of their own family history's music that played at weddings, birthdays, cookouts, and long car rides. Others remembered seeing him on stage, describing how his voice filled the room with warmth and joy. Some shared their childhood memories of dancing in the living room to heaven, must be missing an angel unaware at the time that the music they loved would one day become a timeless classic. The family has announced that a celebration of life will be held at a later date, giving fans and loved ones the chance to honor Chubby's life and music. This gathering will likely bring together friends, relatives, musicians, and longtime supporters who want to pay tribute to a man who touched so many hearts. Chubby Tavares' life was more than a collection of songs. It was a story of perseverance, brotherhood, cultural pride, and global influence. His voice carried joy into millions of homes, and his legacy will continue through every note, every harmony, and every person whose life was touched by his music. Although he is no longer here, his spirit lives on through his children, his family, his fans, and the timeless songs that will play for generations to come.